Okay, so here is our ratio problem using vectors. So the question's asking us to find the ratio OP to PM. So OP is somewhere, is basically a part of that, is a line segment, is part of OM. Okay, so we're going to have to find out how far along that line P is. Right. Well, to get to OP, okay, I'm going to have to go along that line OM. So I'm going to define the vector OM. So OM, to get to OM, well, I can go along OA, and then from A to M. The question tells me that OA is 2A. Okay, and I put the direction in that as well. It also tells me that M is the midpoint. So M is the midpoint of AB. So I know that that is a half, and that is a half. It also tells me that OB is 2B, but that OB is split in a ratio of 2 to 1. So that means 2 to 1 means I've got 3 parts. So I'm going to split my line into 3 parts. And OB is 2B, so my 2B is split into 3 parts. Right, okay, so now that means that OM is OA, which is 2A, and AM is half of AB. So let's define what AB is. AB, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go from A to O and O to B. So A to O is the opposite direction. So remember, when I go in the opposite direction, it's going to be a negative vector. So that means that I'm going to have minus 2A plus 2B. Okay, well now I've got AB. I can put that into OM. So OM is 2A plus a half, and AB was minus 2A plus 2B. So finally, OM equals 2A, so going half of 2A, which is A, so I'm left with 1A, and I've got a half of 2B, which is B. So there's one of my important vectors. Now, the question also tells me that P is the point on AN, so OPM is a straight line. So I think what I'm going to need to do is I've got OM, I've got AB. I think I need to work out what AN is. So AN is AO plus ON. Okay, AO, again, we're going in the negative direction, so that's negative 2A. O to N is going to be 4/3 of B, because I'm not the whole way to B. Okay, right, now, the idea of this proof is I want to find 2 ways to go from O to P. And those 2 ways are equal. So then I can find out how far along that line P is. Okay, so let's do the first one. Right, so my first one, to go from O to P, I'm going to go from O to A, and then I'm going to go from A to P. Well, okay, O to A, that's easy. 2A. A to P is somewhere along the line A to N. So I'm going to call that x. So it's x times a to n. Okay, so that's 2a plus x times a to m, which is minus 2a plus 4/3 of b. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to rewrite these in terms of a and b. So I have got 2a, and then I'm taking away 2 times x times a. So I've got 2a minus 2xa. Okay, and then I've got x times 4/3 b. So I've got 4/3 x times b. Right, now let's do my second route to get from O to P. And I'm going to take the direct route. I'm just going to do y times OM, which equals y times A plus B. Right, now I've got two roots, and those roots should be equal to each other because I'm going to end up at the same place. So that means that 2a minus 2xa, and actually let's just tidy that up to make that easier to look at. So I'm going to factorize this. So I've got 2 minus 2xa plus 4/3 xb. That looks a bit better. And we'll do the same thing with this. So I've got a times y. Let's do the other way around. Y times a plus y times b. Right. Okay, so now let's make my two things equal to each other because they should end up the same place. So I've got 2 minus 2x times a plus 4/3 b, and that is equal to y times a plus y times b. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to compare the coefficients, the numbers, the numbers or the thing that's multiplying a, and then I'm going to compare the coefficients or the thing that's multiplying b. So first of all, let's do this. So for a, 2 minus 2x is equal to y. And for b, 4/3 x is equal to y. And now, because they're both equal to y, they must both be equal to each other, because if they equal the same thing, they must have the same value. So that means that 2 minus 2x equals 4/3 x. And now we need to work out what x is. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So then I'll have 2 equals, well, 2 is equal to 6/3. So I've got 10/3 of x multiplied by 3. I've got 6 equals 10x divided by 10. 6 over 10 equals x. Now, I know what x is, but actually I want to know what y is, because y was how far it was along the OM line. Because remember, we're looking for how far along this line it is. Right, so now I know what x is. I'm going to substitute this back into one of my equations to find out what y is. So if I put it into the first one here, that means I've got 4/3 times x, which is 6/10, and I can simplify this, remember, because we're multiplying fractions. Because I've got 4, which I can make 2, 10, which I can make 5, 3, that I can make 1, and 6, that I can make 2. So I get 4/5. And that is my value for y. So now I know what y is. And we said that OP was y along OM. So that means that our line O to M, P is 4/5 along that line, and therefore P to M must be 1/5. So our ratio from O to P, P to M, that was 4/5, and that is 1/5. So we just write the ratio as 4 to 1.